Welcome to my channel. Think happy, be happy. Don't forget to subscribe.
Hit the iron while it is hot.
It was the rainy season. The black clouds were gathering in the sky. Cool breeze was blowing which hinted that it had already rained somewhere near. The hare Cham Cham liked such weather. When the slow breeze touched his hairy skin, he felt joyous. He twisted his body and peeped out of his burrow. It was very calm outside. He breathed a sigh of relief and ran out of his burrow to enjoy the nature. Cham Cham felt the cold breeze on his body and thought, how good it is to run in the morning. It gives freshness to the body and mind. The secret of both healthy body and healthy mind is freshness. While thinking about these things, the hare became so absorbed that he didn't see the pit ahead and fell straight into it. He was hurt. Somehow, he got up and dusted himself. Then he looked up and estimated the depth of the pit. It was about 8 feet. It was not possible for him to get out of such a depth. He began to think, how can I get out of this pit? The pit must have been prepared by the hunters. I must do something lest the hunters should catch me. On realizing this, Cham Cham got scared and started thinking of the ways by which he could go out of the pit. All of a sudden, he heard the sound of some animals. On hearing it carefully, he realized that it was a pack of wolves which was coming towards the pit. Thinking about the wolves, Cham Cham began to tremble with fear. But the next moment his conscience encouraged him to be courageous. Suddenly, a wonderful idea struck him and his face glowed with the hope of escaping. He decided to pretend to be a saint. He applied a little dust on his forehead and sat down posed as a sage. Then, he started muttering some indistinct words. On hearing that, all the wolves came near the pit and peeped into it. Cham Cham also looked at them, but instead of becoming scared he ignored them and kept on muttering those indistinct words. The wolves' mouths began to water to see such a well-fed hare. But the pit was too deep and none of the wolves had the courage to jump into it. But their greed to taste the meat was increasing more and more. So, they never took their eyes off the hare. They looked at him like that for a long time, but instead of showing any fear or concern, Cham Cham remained engrossed in muttering those words. At last, the wolves got fed up while waiting. So, the leader of the wolves said to the Cham Cham, "Hey you! What are you doing in this pit?" Cham Cham knew that the wolves were the cunning creatures who killed the innocent animals in the forest. They must be taught a lesson. So, he said, "Do not waste my time. I am busy inventing a way to save my life as the sky is about to burst down on the earth. And we all are going to die." The wolves became frightened on hearing Cham Cham. But, one of the wolves said, "How do you know that the sky is about to burst?" The hare replied, "I am an astrologer. By reading stars, I have come to know that the sky is going to burst within an hour." To stress his point, he looked towards the sky and further said, "See, the symptoms are already visible in the sky. The horrible pictures are already appearing in the sky. So the destruction is sure." On hearing this, all the wolves were badly frightened and expectantly looked at their leader. The leader asked, "Is there any way to save our lives?" Cham Cham said, "Why not? Only who lives in this pit will be saved. But wait, do not jump into the pit. Only a kind-hearted, non-violent and religious-minded one will be saved in this pit." Now, the wolves became upset. Their leader said, "Kindly save our lives. We will do whatever you want us to do. but save us from this destruction." On seeing the wolves begging for their lives, Cham Cham thought that his plan was working. He smiled and said, "There is one way." "If you..." Before Cham Cham could speak out, the leader interrupted him saying, "Whatever you say, we are ready to do." He was in a hurry to save his life and also the lives of his group. All the wolves were waiting for the final words of the hare, the astrologer. "All right. I will tell you the way to save yourself. First, take a pledge that you will not kill anyone from now onwards. Like this you will become non-violent. Then, go to the nearby pond and take 21 holy dips in it. After that come back to this pit." It was a cold day, so the water of the pond was very cold. So, taking a dip in this water was very difficult, but to save their lives they agreed on it. They thanked the hare and went to take bath in the pond. Cham Cham was very happy with this success. After some time the wolves returned to the pit. They were wet and the fear was visible on their faces. Cham Cham said, "Wait. There is one more condition. It is that nobody will sneeze in the pit. The sneezer will be thrown out of the pit. Sneezing will make the pit dirty and we all will die because to this." The wolves agreed to this condition as well. They promised that nobody would sneeze in the pit. Saying this, all the wolves jumped into the pit. They queued in the corner of the pit. On seeing himself huddled with a pack of wolves in the deep pit, Cham Cham felt very scared. He thought if the wolves come to know about his plan they will kill him. But he never showed his fear and pretended to be busy in muttering indistinct words. All of the wolves were looking at the hare with a great faith. All of a sudden, Cham Cham stopped muttering and began to sneeze without a pause. On seeing Cham Cham sneezing continuously, all the wolves became scared. They thought that the sneezing would make the pit dirty and they all will die because of it. So, the leader asked the wolves to throw the hare out of the pit. The wolves threw Cham Cham out of the pit at once. This is how Cham Cham came out successfully. He saved his life as well as taught the cruel wolves a lesson. He said, "Now wait for the sky to burst open. I am going to my house." On hearing him, the wolves realized that the hare had made a fool of them. But it was too late for the wolves to take any action.
Please subscribe my channel and encourage me to upload more videos.
Like, comment, share, subscribe and press the bell icon and never miss another update.